Good evening. My name is Ron Bolden, and I want to take the time to present to you our youth ministry initiative for this local church. Our mission here at Youth Group is going to be to reach our local students where they are, teach them the ways of Jesus, and grow them to be disciples who make disciples. Our vision is going to be to see students encountering the gospel on their school campuses, in weekly services, and through bi-weekly community groups. Our desire is to see every local student meet Jesus, know Jesus, and be able to share Jesus as well. I want to share with you our three main directives in how we're going to accomplish our mission and empower our vision. Our three main strategies are going to be our outreach strategy, our discipleship strategy, and our leadership strategy. First, our outreach strategy. Our first main focus of our outreach is going to be campus involvement. Today, more than ever, students, their lives are busy. Between sports, extracurricular activities, and classwork, it can be difficult to go to an organized youth group every single week. As much as we would love to see every student make it to youth group, we believe that we can disciple students right where they are. I believe this is theologically representative through the incarnation of Jesus Christ. Emmanuel, meaning God is with us. We should also, reflecting Jesus, be with our students where they are, bringing Jesus to them. This means attending sports and community events, and we hope to see that every school would be represented by our students leading FCA groups, Young Life groups being started up, Youth Alive groups being started up, or some form of open Christian Bible studies that are student-led. Our second facet of our outreach strategy would be community support. We want to provide after-school programs for tutoring, for free meals, and for a safe place for community youth to gather. We also want to support at-risk families by providing them grants to our youth events for things such as camp and our missions trips and conferences. I believe a part of community support is showing the community that we are for them, that we love them, that we don't want to use this as an agenda to grow our group or grow the church. Instead, we just want to take care of the people that we are planted around, building relationship and meeting needs as we see them. Our last outreach directive is quarterly service projects. Getting involved in the affairs of the city is important. It's important to see our students see they have a role to play in impacting their city. Our goal is not to use the city to grow our youth group, rather to serve, restore, and improve the city we're planted in. We want our students to see that they can make an impact now. We'll be a part of the betterment of our community and its affairs. This includes feeding the homeless, cleaning streets, and serving their schools at events. I believe that this will provide discipleship to make their faith active as they are involved in serving their city. Our second strategy is our leadership strategy. Our first facet of that is our adult leadership. Adult leadership is the foundation to an effective relational ministry. Adult leaders will have the biggest impact on students as the key relationship builders. Ministering to adults will also be important during this time. This will include monthly reflective and planning meetings where roles will be administered out, quarterly training meetings to make sure that the standards in things like greeting and speaking and planning are all clear. Optional post-service meals and outings will be every single week to build relationship and reflect on services. And then once a year, leaders will go on a retreat to refresh spiritually and to receive new vision for the upcoming year. And lastly, we want to make sure we appreciate our leaders by having an appreciation meal every half year. Volunteer heroes should feel extremely appreciated. They're giving up their own time, they're not being paid, and they're willingly coming to serve our youth students. To me, they are the superheroes of any youth ministry. So we want to make sure that every half year we throw them a party, a celebration, and to make sure they know that what they're doing is making an eternal impact in the lives of these students. Our second leadership focus is our student leadership. Our intention is that every high school student who knows Jesus should be given the opportunity to be a leader. By investing in their potential, we can help them discover their calling, refine their gifts, and develop their character. This will include being involved in monthly leadership groups where we encourage them to have input in our planning to create ownership. And also, we want to create intentional roles to help students who want to develop their gifts through things like speaking and being involved in the worship team and using fine arts. Our last focus in our leadership strategy is our mentorship and internship. Every student leader will be provided with a mentor that fits their gifts, their dreams, their passion, and their personality. Summer internships will also be available for those students and college-age students who want to be a part of the Monday to Saturday aspects in ministry. This will help introduce them into a life of ministry and get their feet a little wet if they want to be a youth pastor, head pastor, worship leader, or live a life of ministry. Our last strategy is our discipleship strategy. And our first focus of our discipleship strategy is our weekly services. We'll meet every Wednesday for fellowship, for fun, and for Bible teaching. This should be a place that is safe, encouraging, and engaging for all students, whether they are churched or unchurched. This will involve games that are highly interactive and creative that will help students get involved quickly into the group. We also want to make sure we connect with new students. These Wednesday nights will be the first steps of unchurched students into a church. Connecting with every student every week will be our priority. Also, every week, a biblical message will be given. It will be relevant, it'll be clear, and it will always point to Jesus. Our second focus in our discipleship strategy will be our bi-weekly small groups. Every other week, we will have small groups connected outside of the church. Adult leaders will lead a small group in a destination outside of the group, outside of the church, or at their house to build relationships. They'll discuss recent messages and update each other on things going on in their life. This will be a safe place for honesty and accountability. Our last form of discipleship making is our special events. Special events are the high impact, memorable events that will be planned during a time of a student's youth career. These things include camps, like summer camps, conferences, and missions trips that are in-state and international. Our goal is that through our outreach directives, our leadership directives, and our discipleship directives, every student, or every local student, would get to meet Jesus, come to know Jesus, and be able to share Jesus. Thank you for listening to our youth ministry plan, and thank you, Professor Follis, for an awesome semester. Have a great summer.